Hey there, VibeTribe. I'm Just G, and welcome back to my channel, where I share my love of journaling, mental well-being, and all things that feel good. Life and work feeling a bit slow lately? Are you feeling guilty if you don't work hard enough? Are you tired of running an endless race you never seem to be able to win? I can relate. Today I'm journaling on getting off the hamster wheel and slowing down to appreciate the scenery that is our lives. So let's pour a spot of tea, enjoy a slow ride, and take it easy. For this journal entry, I am going with positive affirmations and imagery that reminds me of watercolor painting. Right now, I am so into watercolor painting, and that's what I'm doing in my downtime, is learning how to get better at it. I'm also using stars throughout this theme because I'm feeling a little celestial lately. And we do get two really awesome moons this month in October. On October 1st, we had a full harvest moon. And on Halloween, October 31st, we will have a rare blue moon. So we have that to look forward to. And all of the stickers, washi tapes that I am using today, I will have those listed in the description box below at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's get started. I begin every journal entry with an intention, and today's intention is, once you stop rushing through life, you'll be amazed how much more life you have time for. Have you ever noticed that when you meet someone for the first time, they tend to tell you their name, directly followed by what they do for a living? I've always wondered why we do this. It's like we have to validate to each other that we're good little worker bees. When did our work and productivity begin to define who we are and how the world views us? Now, I love praise, and at a very early age, I learned that the more I did, and the more I achieved, well, the more praise I got. I was always chasing the next great job or you do such great work. The older I got, the more addicted to the praise I became. Not realizing at the time, it was all just a setup. Yeah, a setup. The world around me had been systematically programming me to associate productivity and work with my own value and self-worth. If I'm busy and do a great job, then that means I'm a good person. If I'm not busy and work is slow and there's nothing to do, suddenly I feel worthless, inadequate, and a loser. Like somehow my performance at work dictates who I am as a person. Well, now that's messed up. It turns out busy is a drug many of us are very addicted to. Think about it. Growing up, we're encouraged to join as many sports, groups, and extracurricular activities in school that we can, thus making us a team player. And there's nothing wrong with that. Then we start to work and we're expected to produce results. And the more results, the better. Thus, we get more responsibilities and more promotions, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even in our home lives, where the to-do list never seems to end, we're fixing, maintaining, and improving all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that either. This is simply the way we've been programmed that we should live our lives. Busy little bees with a million little busy little bee things to do. Busy, busy, busy. So if this is what living the good life is, then why are so many so unhappy? Why are so many living with depression, stress, and anxiety instead? It would seem something in this system that we've been brought up with is slightly flawed. We always have busy on our minds, always wondering if there's something we forgot to do or should be doing. We feel guilty if we spend a day doing nothing at all, or take time for ourselves. There just never seems to be a break in the nonstop running, and we never feel like we're ever done. Ever. Living like this makes it hard to find your smile, be happy, or just be. Life doesn't have to be lived at such a chaotic, crazy pace. It stops when we embrace the concept of slowing down. In today's world, we pitch a fit if a website takes too long to load, associate rest with laziness, and we feel like if we don't check our email and social media every 5 seconds, well, we might just miss something. We lose sleep over work, skip over basic self-care needs, and opt for fast food or takeout just to try and catch a small moment of me time. And as sobering as it is, for some the pressure becomes so great, they choose to end life altogether. So why do we live like this? Because we live in constant fear that something bad will happen to us if things don't get done. Then we attempt to control the fear we have by working harder, longer, and more and more and more, only to realize that there's still more to be done. The vicious circle never seems to end. Darlings, let's get over this hustle lifestyle we've created for ourselves. Like Elsa said, let it go. Release the need to do everything all the time and instead choose what's most important. You. I've ran the rat race, and honestly, I love life in the slow lane these days. I still accomplish all that I need to do, I ask for help when I need it, and I'm much happier for it. This didn't happen overnight. I had to learn how to stop piling up my plate and instead make it a more balanced meal, if you will. I have rules that I've set for myself so I don't fall back into the rat race lifestyle. Here you go. The 3 things rule. Every day I have a list with 3 things I have to do above all else. By doing this, I only focus on what I need to, instead of listing 100+ things I think I should do. I like to work off a reward system as well. So if I accomplish those 3 things, I get a little reward. It can be anything, like a pedicure or sushi, or simply just some quiet time playing my favorite game. No interruptions. I love having something to work towards and look forward to. The other 3 things rule. Every day when I journal, I list 3 things that I have gratitude for that day. And when I'm starting to feel stressed out or down, I can flip back over the past few days and look at all that I'm grateful for. It's a wonderful way to remind myself to stay focused on the good in my life and not the crappy moment I might be having at the time. Get good at saying no. Stop biting off more than you can chew. I had a real problem with this. I wanted to be viewed as that self-sacrificing person who could and would do it all, while robbing myself of all my free time and sanity. Back in the day, I'd go to work all day, and then when I got home, I'd sit in my office all night, just working away and chasing that praise I so desperately wanted. It may sound silly, but to break this habit, I carried a small business card in my pocket, and I kept one in my wallet where you put your ID. It simply said, "Say no." When I would be asked to do something I knew I couldn't fit in or I didn't want to do, all I had to do was reach in my pocket and feel that card to remind me of my commitment to myself. If I was being given a hard sales pitch and the card in my pocket wasn't enough to convince me to say no, opening my wallet and seeing that card again sure was. My responses are always kind. "I'm sorry I can't fit that into my schedule right now," or "I'm sorry, that doesn't fit in my budget at the moment." After a while, saying no feels really good. Trust me. With them, what's in it for me? I preset time each day for myself, and in that time, I don't do anything work-related. This gives me something to look forward to every day, because too much worky makes Just G a jerky. 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. I check my email twice a day, 10 a.m. when I start work and 4 p.m. an hour before I'm done for the day. Period. Whatever it is, it can wait. The sender isn't sitting there staring at the screen waiting for you to reply. And if they are, share this with them. They need it. Work smarter, not harder. Quality over quantity, my friends. I strive to do the best I can with what I have. If I only have one client a day, I'm going to give them everything and all the extra time I have to offer and make the best of it. If I have no clients that day, I focus on creating offers and promotions, staying in touch with the clients I do have, and creating an environment that's organized and motivating for myself. You'd be surprised the ideas you come across just by reorganizing your desk and your workspace. Make having fun a priority. You know the phrase, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. Same thing applies to me. I make doing the things I love a priority, and I challenge myself to try new things. Go down a road you've never been down before and enjoy the ride. I like to go hiking and kayaking. I love going to comedy shows and people watching at the coffee shop. Just to be still and watching the busyness pass me by is so calming. It's in these fun time moments that I truly appreciate the slower pace I live by these days. It's a gift I don't take for granted. Love the ones you're with. This is the most important rule. Make time for those you love and work to cultivate positive relationships. When I spend time with the loves of my life, sharing my thoughts, worries, and hopes, I naturally slow down and everything just feels better. I feel safe, secure, and loved. Best of all, I'm free to just be me. When I stopped running myself ragged, I found that the worky things were replaced by more time in the morning to enjoy my tea and meditate before getting into my day. Looking out the window, just watching the wind blow the tree leaves, is a welcomed reprieve from all that rushing around. Slowing down is a conscious choice, and one that we have to work at. But all that work pays off, and before we know it, we're feeling better, and we're living better. Our jobs do not define who we are. We were born into this world to have an amazing life, not work ourselves into the ground and be stressed out 24/7. Life flies by, and we don't want to grow old regretting what we missed out on. If you have downtime or it's the slow season, refocus on you and creating good habits that will see you through the busy times too. There will always be a high tide and a low tide. It's how we ride the wave that matters. Cowabunga, dude. Thanks for slowing down with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Just G, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, ring my bell if you're so inclined, all the classy people do, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear how you slow down. Until next time, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, etc. I'll leave all those links in the description box below. Stay healthy, stay well, slow down, and be kind, always.